see yourself right now in Bellator MMA?
You said that one more time?
Oh, yes. You're 3-2 right now in Bellator, third run in the promotion. You just came off a win over Moses Murrieta. So where do you see yourself in the promotion right now?
I feel like with a win, a dominant win, I can be, right on my way to the top of the promotion. There's a lot of good fights for me at 70 and 85. So, I'm everywhere I go, I want to be successful everywhere I go. So if I go to a promotion, I'm here to take it over.
Is that a goal of yours then, to be a two-weight class champion at 170 and 185?
I want to definitely take 170 first, but, I've been dipping and dabbling back and forth with the 185 thing. So I'm sure I can do both.
All right. And how do you feel about Sabah Homasi as an opponent? He's got some very nasty power shots, but I'm sure you've got a lot in store for him as well.
Unfortunately for him, like, in order to use that power, you got to get close. It's a lot of things you got to get through. Speed kills power every time. So, he has to cross that line. And unfortunately, that line has fireworks. It's fireworks at that line, bombs at that line. It's a rough place to be.
All right. Well, we'll look forward to you dropping bombs on Friday. Thank you, Curtis.
Thank you.
Our next question comes from Giancarlo Aulino.
Hi, Curtis. You've had to adapt to this new norm now, like a lot of fighters, with the gym protocols and changing the way everyone prepares for fights. So how have you adapted to this new norm and preparing for this fight?
It's given me a lot more time to just become a better fighter, not just physically, but mentally too. I've always been a fight nerd. I watch a lot of fighting. I do a lot of things to mentally prepare myself for fights, but this just added to it. More time to watch video, not so much strain on the body because I'm not able to train like I normally do. I got to add some weightlifting, which I was not really against, but I've never really done too much like heavy weightlifting, but I was able to add that. So it's been a plus for me.
And what's been the most difficult part about that? Like, is it more like the striking or working with a training partner? Like, how has it changed the way you do things on a day-to-day basis?
I wouldn't say it's been any difficulty as far as the preparation. I just miss everybody. That's all. So I haven't been able really to work out with my head striking coach as much as I wanted to during this whole thing. But, it's, we were able to sit down and talk. And, he's a great teacher. So even him just talking to me and explaining things to me goes a long way.
And final question for me, just now the new thing with no fans is a new norm. So any thought to that? Does it change anything for you coming into this fight?
No, not really. I know people are watching, so I can still go out there and perform, just whether it's an audience here or on TV. I know I'm still being watched, so I know I still have to perform.
Thank you. Best of luck.
Thank you.
All right, our next question comes from Ben Keeley.
Hi, Curtis. So you said that you're missing people during the lockdown. Have you taken on any new hobbies or projects apart from the weightlifting during the lockdown?
Just cooking a lot more, gaining weight, and the weightlifting. Just working with different things. I added like club bells and the Atlas bars. So that's it, really. A lot more reading.
And is the weight that you put on, is that what's making you think about possibly moving up to middleweight?
I was contemplating it before the quarantine. I fought in January. It was supposed to be at 85. So and we ended up going to 80. So I've been contemplating it for a while. I'm getting older. I've never struggled to make 170. It's not hard at all to make 170. But as I'm starting to get older, I don't want to put a lot of miles on the body. So anything that can make me get to these fights a little easier and more healthy. That's the real goal behind it.
One fighter that you seem to be always linked with a fight with is Michael Venom Page. I'm just wondering, is that chapter over now, or do you think that fight will ever happen?
I mean, a very, very tiny part of me believes it may happen eventually, but I'm not If it happens, it happens.
Okay. One last one for me. I know you like to study fights. Just who are your favorite fighters to watch at the moment?
Right now, Stylebender, Aaron Pico, and those are probably like the main two right now outside within MMA. But watching a lot of boxers. I'm trying to add some new things without really giving it away. I'm trying to go to the body a little more.
All right, our next question comes from Kevin Varghese.
Hey, Curtis. Dope fit, by the way.
Thank you very much, sir.
One question for you is, you said a couple of days ago that you're planning on testing free agency. In January, you said you wanted the MVP fight. So, are you gonna, if you win this fight this Friday, do you plan on, staying around to see if you can catch up to MVP, or do you want to probably go to possibly UFC, one championship? Look where your moves will be.
I have a family to support and take care of. So it's always, where my services are always going to be to the highest bidder. And that's just because I have people to support and I take care of. But as far as like the MVP thing, like I said, it is what it is. But, when somebody keeps dangling, giving you stuff and taking it away, that gets old real fast. And that's how I feel about MVP.
All right. So, recently we saw Kamaru Usman, defeat Jorge Masvidal for the UFC welterweight championship. If, say, you were to match yourself up against Kamaru Usman, how do you see yourself, fighting against even the champions right now, against Kamaru Usman, Bellator champion Douglas Lima? How do you see yourself right now as a contender?
I feel like I can compete, especially now with this new confidence with just being on the ground. I get a lot of backlash just for my wrestling or for the lack of my wrestling that they think I don't really have. But just even with the last fight, just applying it, seeing how easy it is just to apply my skill set and the comfort level that I have with just applying it, it's made me a way better fighter. So, I wouldn't be worried about neither one. It'll be a good fight with Usman and a phenomenal fight with Douglas Lima. Like that would be crazy. That'd be really fun. But I feel like I feel like I can beat them both. You have to feel like you beat them both. If you don't think you can be a champ, you need to go sit down and do something different.
Our last question comes from Andrew McCarroll.
Hi, Curtis. Hope you're well. I know you're a big WWE fan. Who do you like there? And is that a career choice you'd be interested in?
Oh, man, Randy Orton. Randy Orton, that's the man. That is the man. And so Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt is like, to me, might be my favorite guy of all time on the mic already.
So Millender by RKO, I'm going to put that as my bet down.
Right.
You were saying after how things finished with the UFC, you felt you were fighting with a chip on your shoulder now. After things have ended the way they did, how do you feel now with your second or third one with Bellator?
I still have to have that chip on my shoulder, even though it's the past of the past. But what I did in January was amazing. So I can't change it. I got to continue to fight with the chip on my shoulder so I can continue to go out there and have performances like I did last time.
You had obviously the MVP fight and then the Joe Schilling fight would have been kind of two big signature fights for you, take away from you. You said that you're going to test free agency. Scott Coker and Bellator come to you and say, pick who you want to sign on the dotted line and stay. What's the name that comes out of your mouth?
To tell you the truth, at this point, Joe, I have a really fun story about why I want the Joe Schilling fight so bad. It'll come. I'll tell it eventually. So I got to save it so we have some stories.
So I don't get you. So thanks a lot. No really appreciate that. Thanks very much, Curtis. Best of luck.
Thank you.
All right, cheers. Thank you very much, Curtis.